It's pretty informal, so thank you everybody for attending the speaker information session. And it looks like when you save something to Google and then you re-download it, it messes up your formatting. So apologize for the imperfections that have been beaten into me to pay attention to. Everybody can see my screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Today we're going to quickly go over and do some introductions and then also be able to go over the event logistics, hotel agenda, etc., and just open it up to questions and answers. And I would ask that everybody here, if you want to share your information through the chat, feel free to leverage the chat to introduce one another, yourself to one another, as well as connect directly and introduce each other and connect to your liaison if they're on the channel as well. So, or on this presentation. So please share your LinkedIn profiles, all of that. This is meant to not only be an information session, but also a way of introducing you to the network and sharing, so that you can connect somewhere else and at another time. So, okay, let's just get going. So this is a thank you so much and welcome. Bing Wei and I are the chairs of this hold on, sorry. Bing Wei and I are the chairs of this year's conference. And so please follow us. That's our QR code for LinkedIn. I would also ask that if you do have a QR code on LinkedIn, if you can send it our way, and we'll also add it to your information so that people can easily connect with you during the event. Please also follow us on LinkedIn, as a lot of our communications and posts and so forth and PR about the event to promote both the event and promoting you will be through LinkedIn. So more about this year. This year is the 8th, I think, session that we have, and 8th year that we're doing it. And the 3rd year in, I think, or the 4th year in the DC, Washington area, Baltimore area. We're going to have it at the Washington Marriott Capitol. Please, please use this QR code to register. You can share this QR code with others if you'd like as well. We'll go through and talk about registration in a little bit and answer any questions that you might have. For registration, here are some quick registration facts. We really, really hope that your organization can support your registration. We already kind of explained to you why. We're a nonprofit. Everybody here is a volunteer, and we're all kind of pitching in time, sweat, and money. And so if you can't get your organization support, and if your participation is individual, please let us know, or please let your liaison know so that we can help you with some applicable discount codes. Okay. We also have student discount codes if you know students who would want to participate. And we'd be open also to, if you know other people who want to join and attend as part of your party, we can figure out something to help make that happen as well with some discount codes there. If you have a paper submission and you're speaking and both have been accepted, we would ask you to please register as the paper author, because that registration actually goes into paying for the publication, etc. So, and you, for those people who may have had multiple speaking engagements accepted or proposals accepted, we will be reaching out to you because we do not have the number of that many slots in our 2-day time frame to have those being published live, and so we can work with you to figure out how to get your topics, I guess, aired either virtually or through some other way. So there is no technical registration deadline yet. although register as quickly as possible, but we know that some of you are waiting to hear back from the paper submissions. And so we just want to make sure that we get people and confirmed with their interest and their registrations that are not waiting on papers as quickly as possible. That will also help us get the agenda out too. So, and then if you do register and you register incorrectly, don't worry. Just reach out to us and we can refund and so that you can re-register correctly. So, I saw a couple hands up. So do you, are there any questions? Okay. Feel free to interrupt me at any point. This is supposed to
I
be.
got a question, Marinka.
Mhm.
I think I just got an email I received this morning saying if you don't register by May 23rd, IEEE reserves the right to give my spot to somebody else. I'm still waiting on my to hear back on my paper.
Yes, yes. So so if you're still waiting on your paper, please wait to hear back from your paper. So that would be
Okay.
only for those who are um, only speaking and not actually waiting for a paper. I guess the feedback on whether your paper has been submitted.
So if
Would
we've
it help
already,
to reply back to the email saying I'm waiting on my paper, etc.?
Um, Sure. What it would help is if you reply to your liaison. But if you'd
Okay.
like to reply to that email and include your liaison as part of that email, that would be fine.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
so if we already registered, we just reach out to somebody and say, "Hey, I got a paper in. Can you fix it?" Who is the fix it person?
That would just reach out to IEEE Cloud Summit at gmail.com.
Okay.
And
And
also include your liaison. The more that you can include your liaison on all of, that's why they're there, is so that we don't, so just think about it, we're getting hundreds of emails and a day. And so we just want to make sure that we have an extra net to make sure that we follow up with you on your specific issues. So thank you.
one
Hi,
final
this is
question:
Neil.
how do we find out who our liaison is?
Well, I will look that up. Annika can also look that up on the
Okay,
call. So
thanks.
thank you, Annika. If you have any questions, Annika Mather is on the call and she is the head of our liaisons. And so Annika, would you like to put your email um, or just send it to IEEE and we'll go ahead and make sure, but she might be able to do that on site right now.
Yeah, I can add my email into the chat. So
Great.
then feel free for anyone, you can email me.
Great. There was another one, someone else spoke real quick.
Yeah, this is Neelab. And I think the email just said that confirm your participation, doesn't say anything about registration.
Okay, well, we do need to know who is confirming that they're interested, because
Does it mean replying to the email to the license that yes, I'll be there, or do I need to
it,
register for sure? Uh,
well, we would like you to register and if there's any type of hurdle and barrier for your registration,
yeah.
please let us know how we can, remove those blocks. And then, but at minimum, because we know that everybody has their own time frame, at minimum, we would love to know if you're confirmed participating because we really need to put together the agenda.
Okay, so as you said earlier, if the paper is waiting, we still can go ahead and register as in just not an author, but because today is
No, no,
20.
no. So if you are, thank you so much for the question. I apologize for cutting you off, but if you are a paper and submission and a speaker, please wait to hear back from your paper submission and whether you've been accepted or not. So do not register. Just
Okay.
confirm back in the email that you are waiting for the paper and that you are interested in attending regardless. Yes. So.
Thank you.
We've received a lot of questions about the agenda and we'd like to start putting that together, and based on that, we kind of need to know who's going to be
I
there.
have one question. When we expect to finalize the agenda and start publishing it, it's just almost a month is only left.
Yes, that's a great question, and hence a direct reflection of the pressure and the types of questions that we've been getting are around the agenda. So for the agenda, and here I could just jump to that. So overall, the agenda on day 1 and day 2 is going to look like this. Essentially, the first day it's going to be it's going to start at 9, and we're going to have paper sessions. We'll probably have paper sessions also in the afternoon, and lunch, keynote speaker sessions, and the reception in the evening. Please don't leave without going to the reception, because that's going to be lots of fun. Then the next day we'll start a little earlier at 8:30. We'll have breakfast as well as lunch that day, and we're closing around 3:30 in the afternoon. So that is, sorry, I have to admit people. So that is the overall agenda. And so in today, we are waiting to get feedback from everybody who was accepted as a speaker, to get confirmation of how many people and where and how to set up the agenda to finalize that agenda. And that's why you all received that email, because we need to know who's in order to organize when, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for that question. We do
Can I
expect,
ask one more
Yep.
question? Sorry.
Yes, please.
When we can expect the template for the PowerPoint, and also we start putting content, because there is not much time left and there might be a round of reviews and other things also.
That's a great question. Is it right here? It's this one. Hold on one second. Jumping around. So we do not, I'm trying to figure out where that PowerPoint is, or the presentation piece is. We don't have a template for a PowerPoint. This is, this is open. This is your work. So all we ask is that your presentation time slot is, you have 25 minutes. Engage your audience as much or as little as you'd like. And we do need the 5 minutes to shift from one person to another. Your presentations will be tied to a Zoom session, and you can bring your own computer as a backup. And you can submit your presentations through a form that will be provided most likely starting June 1st. And then we know that I personally have been in situations where my presentation changes the day before. So if there's any issue with the transfer and having the most recent presentation available at that day, then we would just suggest that you bring your own computer as backup. So does that answer your question? We're pretty loose in terms of structure. We don't have any requirements.
There is no fixed format. We can be creative and create our own format.
Not really, because these technical presentations are sometimes very convoluted, and sometimes there's a demo and all that. So you just, whatever you want to present, if it's a PowerPoint, we can do that off of our computer. If it's something more intricate and demo, then we would just suggest to bring your own computer. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is the timeline to present our presentations or submit our presentations to IEEE?
So we will ask that you submit presentations to IEEE via a form that will be provided most likely on June 1st.
So June 1st is our kind of timeline or deadline?
It's not a deadline. It's a timeline to provide it to us. If you do not present and submit your presentations to IEEE, then you will be responsible for bringing your own computer and having everything ready, and having it all streamlined within the 20-minute slot.
Okay, cool. And then one more question, like
Did you ask the question? Sorry, Amar, maybe you broke up.
Sorry, it was not me.
We can't hear you, but you're not on mute. So do you want to maybe type it in? And while you're typing it in, let me ask Advait or
Yeah, I can go next. I have a weird situation. I have also submitted my research paper and still waiting to hear back.
Mhm.
But I will be coming from another conference. It's on this during the same time, Silicon Valley Cybersecurity Conference in Santa Clara, SVCC.
Yeah.
So I was planning to fly Thursday night so
Mhm.
that I can wrap up both my presentation and my speaking engagement on Friday. Is it something possible? Otherwise, it would be very difficult for me to fly back on the same day.
Got it. Totally understand how that works. So, as part of the speaking FAQs, if you have any special needs around your attendance, we totally understand that. And please email us. I would also say to email Bingwei and myself specifically. So let me, because we'll be
I
together.
I think you both are in that email thread with my liaison.
Yep.
So you folks probably are aware of the situation, but
Mhm.
just wanted to bring in here.
No, it's a great example for other people to get their questions answered around the same issue. So thank you.
Hey,
Yes,
hi.
so we'll try to accommodate as much as possible.
And do we like the website says May 20th is the timeline to hear back anything regarding the paper acceptance. Uh, did it change or are we still expecting to hear something back by today?
I believe that we're supposed to hear back from someone today. I'm sorry. The paper submission piece is a little bit outside of my purview, but I can definitely follow up with the academic group and
I'm also TPC. So as far as I know, May 20th, like we were asked to submit our reviews and everything by last week. So
Mhm.
as far as I know, May 20th is still the
That's great.
date.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, hi. Wondering if we can, if you are speaking, so I'm just only as a speaker, right? So do I have an option to attend this virtually and not fly in from the other coast?
Yes, I believe that we will have some virtual attendees, the availability of that. We are still double checking on the availability of the AV that will be, but we anticipate you'll be able to join virtually as well. Thanks.
Okay, I see. Yeah,
Any other
because
do you mind if I just quickly run through this because I know that some people are going to need to jump off at 5:30 and I just want to make sure to answer some of these questions and we'll continue on with the admission, registration, and attendance questions thereafter. Okay. Thank you. So transportation, just real quick. I'm going to go really fast, just in case you didn't know. IAD, DCO, DCA, sorry, typo, are the two airports. Um, I forget which one is closer. I think it's DCA, and it's a little bit easier. So just an FYI. And if you do take the train in, there is a train. The train is going to actually stop right next to the hotel, which is why we picked it. And it's in Noma right here. So you can take the train and use the train to travel across the town. And we just, if you didn't know, you can actually use the metro with your Apple Wallet. You just have to sign up for that app. So, so that's that. And here's the DC rail system. And this will be available and we can send this to you. Quickly, speakers, we have distinguished keynote. So please help us promote and welcome him as we are honored to have him join us and speak on the 26th. And then to the right is an example of the speaker banner that you will be receiving over the next week or so. And you can use that to promote yourself and to promote the summit. and help people either join virtually or in person. So any questions about the speaking of the banner that you'll get?
Frank, I'm still waiting for that email you mentioned. I haven't received the email with the banner details.
Okay. Although I will follow up personally, and if I have to make it myself, I'll send it to you.
Sure, thank you.
No problem. Appreciate it. Really quick, we talked about the agenda and the questions, some key questions around having more than one paper or presentation. We talked about that. Knowing when you will speak, we still are trying to put together the whole list of who's going to attend. That should be ready by June 1st. And so that will be in just about a week. Please, if you have any special accommodations that you need, these are the list of dietary. As part of the registration, we already asked that question, but if it wasn't marked in the registration process, or if you forgot or whatever, please let us know, because we use this registration to really dictate our food allergies, which is really, really important. The hotel, everybody has and should have the hotel reservation link. If you don't, it came in I think the second email. If you can't find it, let us know and we'll go ahead and share that with you again. The Marriott conference rates are $239 then within the hotel. It's actually a very nice hotel. Just got updated, I think 2 years ago. So it's pretty well it just has all the nice accommodations. Some close hotels. So this is the Washington Marriott down here. There are for Hilton members, the Morrow and the Hilton Garden. There's a Courtyard up here, which isn't showing, but it's this one here. And there's a couple of other hotels that are in the area. So feel free to leverage your own points and your own interest. But the 239 is the rate that we received for that hotel. Let's see, we can finish. These are the speaker emails that you should have received. You should have received a welcome acceptance speaker and an introduction to your liaison. You should have also received a registration request that includes the hotel registration link. You have hopefully, obviously, received the third email, and the fourth email is your speaker information confirmation. Please respond to that if you haven't already, because that is actually what we use and we require before putting this together to make sure that we don't misrepresent you on our website or in on the banner. Note that this information will also be used for your ID card when in your little in-person kind of tag at the time of the event. And then obviously we will and should be sending you an email with your banner. Aldo, thank you for letting me know that you didn't get it, as well as how you can help promote yourself and us. So yet to come is the agenda and logistics. We just talked about that, uploading your presentation in the form. And then if you'd like to share your video outside of presenting live, we will also have the opportunity for you to do that so that we can then put it on the IEEE Cloud Summit YouTube site for your use and for other people to see your presentation if you'd like to do that. Please use and join our Slack. Right now, our Slack is really, you'll get a lot of back and forth with us just trying to get together and promote and share and get things all lined up. But we plan to use the Slack as a mode of communication and sharing of information to you during the event. So feel free, and if you have any problems joining the Slack, let me know. All right, let's go back to speaker responsibility and answer any additional questions that you might have, including Ritesh's, will we get insights into the audience of our session? It's a great question. Yes, you will have some information about the audience because we will be promoting everybody to join Slack. And then through that, we'll be able to have people reach out to you directly through Slack. There'll be communication through the Slack channel as part of essentially the app for the summit. So is that what you were looking for, or are you looking for more information?
No, that helps.
Yeah.
And then is just one final thing. Is Slack going to be our means of communication, or we will still keep getting emails for whatever we need to know?
We will still keep getting emails. If you're like me, I have 13 Slack channels that I'm supposed to keep track of. So a combination Slack and email will be used. I anticipate also that we will have a couple of QR codes for quick access to, for instance, agenda changes or just overall agenda and so forth at the time of the summit. That worked well last year.
So to clarify Ritesh's question, will we get the names of the attendees and their organization, contact info, that sort of thing, or what sort of information will we get about them?
What we will do is there will be a Slack channel associated with the day of the summit, and we will ask people to share information that they are open to sharing. So yes.
But we won't
And
get the registration people. It'll be just from Slack, or can we also get the people who registered?
No, I don't believe that we have any plans to share the registration list with everybody, as some people may not want to share their information as part of, GDPR and all of those privacy things.
Sure,
and
makes
just
sense.
to confirm, for those who cannot fly in, we will be able to present our virtually, right?
Yes, yes. The plan as of now is that one, there will be virtual attendance and obviously virtual presentations. The virtual presentation room we're still trying to figure out how that's going to work. But we will have a forum where your presentation, you can present virtually in a space in a dedicated room.
Thank you for clarifying, because
Yeah.
that's what I was debating. Like, it's mandatory to fly in, and I was just looking at all of the logistics, so it makes sense to.
The only limitation, and the reason why I'm saying that we're still trying to figure it out, is because last year we had a little bit of constraint around questions and answers during the presentation as part of the presentation. And so what we may do is have a virtual Slack channel, virtual presentation Slack channel, so that people can join that if they're attending and viewing your presentation virtually, and that they could just ask questions through that forum directly, instead of trying to figure out how to get the mics and we had some hiccups last year, just people's connections, the speakers' connections weren't working so well.
Makes sense. Yeah. So I can just confirm my registration then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Brenna, you raise your hand.
Hi, I have a couple of questions. So, if we are doing virtually, whom do we confirm that our
So if you plan to attend virtually, please share that with with your liaison and reply that you will be planning to present virtually. So
okay, and slide 15, the number 4, right? I did not receive. I was checking my emails. So I talked to my liaison about registration and I confirmed that I have registered, but I did not get any confirmation on this.
okay.
I got the 3 of them, the initial 3, but I did not get the 4th one.
Okay. Let me, Varun, I just wrote down, I will review your presentation information and the communications with your liaison, and we will follow up with you and just give you one consolidated communication.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Brenna, you're up next.
Great. Thank you. My liaison has not been very responsive. So I was just wondering what to do about that. Um, me and my co-presenter, we just have some questions, registration fees, and unfortunately we're not able to get sponsorship from or our organization. And so navigating that,
Mhm.
who would be the best person to contact?
Perfect. So if you have any, thank you so much. Totally understand. And so please respond, including your liaison, but also to Bingwei and myself, Marinka. I can put my email in here as well.
That
And
would be great.
we'll be able to provide and help you with the discount codes. And again, everybody who did get the support of your organization, we really appreciate it. A big shout out and a big thank you, because it makes other people and the students be able to attend, and us making it so that they can actually attend without breaking the bank. So appreciate it.
Also, with that, I was wondering what will be the audience makeup of the
The
Cloud
audience
Summit?
makeup is going to be about 50% industry and 50%, or academic industry, and probably, I don't know the numbers, but that's a good question, because then you could tailor your presentations to that. By
Yes.
June, and know that it seems as though people make last minute decisions to attend events now. Like, they literally wait until the week before. I don't know how I know that, or don't at all have any experience in that myself, attending a recent sorry, I'm just being sarcastic here. So people are busy and they just like, okay, fine, I'll go. And so we won't have a full count of who's attending, but we expect there to be about a 60-40. We're hoping that we can attract as many students as we can, because they are our future. And also we want to really encourage a networking I guess, atmosphere. However, we do also expect to have a significant number of local attendees from, and hoping to get more people this year around policy and organizations and government and so forth. And we're getting their attention.
Great. Awesome. I assume students would be college students, or would that include high school students as well?
The majority of students are actually grad students, so they're
Oh,
all,
okay.
yep, yep. So,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. And Anat, next.
Hey, so my question is, I'm a speaker as well as author. So as you said initially that I will be waiting for my registration.
Mhm.
Uh, Once I have been accepted as an author, then I will register for it. So my
Mhm.
question is, since we will have two presentation, I believe we in the schedule is it possible to have it both as an industrial speaker as well as presenting the paper on the same day, or it might split between these 2 days?
That's a great question. I actually have so the chairs, the speaking or the industry and the academic chairs are meeting with Bingwei and I in the next couple of days to kind of put a little bit more clarity around how that's going to happen. So, but obviously, if you're presenting twice in a day during the session, we would try to put it in one day and accommodate you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
And other question I have is there any Slack channel to communicate or collaborate for speaker and author? Because I haven't seen any link to join yet of this
So,
one. Okay.
yeah, that's great.
Okay.
We will be sharing a couple of Slack. So within the Slack channel, we'll create an author within the Slack workspace. We'll create an author channel as well as a speaker channel. Those will be limited to the authors and speakers so that we can communicate to you guys on the necessary things associated with the logistics at the time of the summit. But we will probably open up a couple of other channels that will allow you to interact with attendees and other people. Any more questions on it?
Hi, I had a
No,
question.
that's it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Hi, I can go next. This is Sri. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for organizing this, and I'm really excited and looking forward to this. I'm also in the same boat as some folks shared that my organization is not willing to do the sponsorship, and I need some information to be able to provide to my organization to show a justification for me to be able to present at this event. So, whom should I contact for the information? For example, I would need information such as what would be the total number of attendees who will be coming for this event. And I support the public sector vertical at Amazon Web Services. So if I could get information on how many of the attendees are in public sector, that would be helpful for me to provide a justification for to my organization for the sponsoring the registration.
That's a great, thank you. So one is any kind of questions you have about and to try to get your attendance kind of sponsored by your organization, just email us and we'll do the best we can to provide you that summary. One of the things that might be useful is if anybody else maybe do a thumbs up needs that, please let me know and I will write your name down and we'll reply. Thank you, Wally. And we'll get that to you. So thanks. Great. Just
So should I email my liaison and add you to that email?
yes.
And okay.
And ask your questions, and we'll probably go ahead and provide a summary answering your questions and probably a couple of other people's questions together and send that to you.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. Thank you.
I have 3 people on that, but we'll probably send it to everybody just in case. Next.
Hi, this is Neela. Quick question again for the paper submission and speakers. What is the last date? I see May 20th as the last day to know whether your uh, paper is accepted or not. So how long should we wait before we even start to register?
Well, according to, you should wait until today.
Okay.
And then you can reach out. But I believe they're on schedule, according to the other person who talked and asked the question earlier. So I think that and then if not, then I would give them to the end of the week. But by the end of the week, that should be good to go because we actually have our own internal requirement to provide and finalize the agenda, and we need that as well.
Okay, so I should wait for a couple of days or just...
Yeah, I think today you should hear back. And if you don't hear back today, then if you want to just wait until today, like Thursday or Friday morning, you could send an email.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, next.
Yeah, I had a very similar question to Nilab, so you answered that. So thank you.
Great. All right. Any questions about the venue, about the day? We've answered that the agenda is coming out. We will have also a brochure. We're planning to have a brochure. So you'll have something with you and with your information. That's why we want this information to be the information in the email to be exact, because we will be using that in our brochure that's going to be printed, and that has to be done by June 1st as well. So any suggestions or feedback, anything we could do better?
Hi, one question on that brochure. So, how do we know that you have all the information? Will you be reaching out if any information is missing that is needed for that, or?
So I think, and I think you are the person who didn't get potentially the email. There
Yeah,
is
thank you.
the
Yes.
speaker information email. So it's an email that asks you to
Okay.
confirm everything that you put into the form, just to make sure that there were no typos or any changes in affiliation and topics between now and the when you've submitted the form, the application.
Okay. So you said you will be looking into it and sending this one, right? So is that correct?
I absolutely will. We'll get it today.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Do you mind dropping your email, please?
My email is in, oh, I sent it to just one person. I apologize. Thank you. There you go. I just want to say that I'm really excited to see all of you. I know that we're not necessarily sharing video right now, but I am looking forward to meeting every single one of you as I review all of the topics and the presentations. I'm so impressed, and I just it's going to be so much fun. So maybe that's the tech nerd in me, but I am really, really excited to see you all in person um, and ex and experience your presentations and see what you have to share. So thank you so much. Anybody have any other questions? Oh, on the fun perspective, we will, I mean, would it be useful if we also shared some local restaurants and so forth that will be in the information pack that we'll send you? There's a couple of good restaurants in the area next to, so we'll include that. So, and the hotel has a great rooftop restaurant as well. So.
It might be a lot to coordinate, but if you wanted to have a day that we all show up at the same time, it'd be cool to meet all the other speakers.
On prior to the event, you're saying?
Either prior to dinner or during the day, right? As you send out the list of here's all the restaurants, maybe pick a day.
Yeah.
We can show up.
Yeah, so just to let you know, the reception is going to be at one of the restaurants. I don't think it's going to be at the rooftop bar there, but there is a reception that's going to be available for everybody to attend. And most likely the day before, if you're coming in on the Wednesday evening, if you're coming in on Wednesday to stay overnight for Thursday, we will definitely have a get together somewhere.
Sounds good.
One final question. What if I initially plan to attend virtually and then decide to come in person or back and forth? Can I do that or?
Let me check. I think there might be a registration thing, so let me find out. But the one thing I know is that we just want you to be there. So whatever we can do to accommodate.
Yep. So I'll wait for your email then.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? All right, well, we have another session on June 9th. So if there are any other questions that come up, you could also just Slack us or email us. We'll do our best to get back to you. And thank you so much for your patience. Appreciate you just being involved and helping us make this great. So, all right,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for setting up this call. Really appreciate it. This was super helpful.
Yep, it was very helpful. Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.